Hello everyone, review. This week Bitcoin is being bought back very powerfully, and the correction turned out to be a little more powerful than we expected, yes, but still the buyback here is very significant. Yes, the correction was stronger than expected, yes, but the buyback here is still very significant. There are 2 days left before the close of the week. If the same situation approximately continues, or a green candle might form here at all, then it is already difficult to talk about any intermediate correction. Yes, within our rising channel, the upward trend, it has been stopped here. Yes, that is basically now there is a lot of talk about the repetition of this situation and not this one. When there was a pin bar, everyone was driven into shorts. Yes, that's it, the end. All high is updated, yes, but after this there will be no movement, and after that, for 3 weeks, all these short players were destroyed. They were killed, yes, here. That's why so far there is similarity with such a situation, at least in the pictures, and before I continue to tell you, I would like to clarify where it is. For trading, the Bybit exchange is the best exchange for people right now. From Russia, there is maximum liquidity here, minimal slippage, and by clicking on the link in the description or entering the referral code 6358.3, you will receive a deposit bonus of $100. Come on in, register. If you are already trading somewhere, then the right decision would be to switch to the Bybit exchange, because it simply has more liquidity, yes, with better conditions and commissions. But what is the main catalyst for the growth of Ether and Bitcoin? Of course it is these. Now they have closed and they're weak. The first one is green. Yes, the first growing one, as I said in previous reviews. 24. 22 are our main levels here, because from these levels initially investors purchased. Yes, in general all ETFs started to show positive dynamics. Now let's analyze. Clearly on the table, yes, here I have all of these, and I wanted to show you this table. This is the number of Bitcoins that companies, ETF owners, buy to secure their funds. Let's remove the webcam and break down this table. Yes, if you look closely, it is a bit unupdated, but even at the moment there are outflows from Grayscale. But even if we take away how much Greek sells, yes, he sells from factors like the FTX exchange, yes, which went bankrupt. It's here. It is being sold out. Yes, it is selling its share of Bitcoins, which it couldn't sell on the stock exchange before, yes, because it wasn't possible, and it had the shares. Also the Celsius exchange, also there was a service like Celsius, which also went bankrupt, is also selling out. It's it, but still, the picture is positive. The only downside of this picture is that all 11 are trillion-dollar funds, so to speak. Yes, that is, most of them have trillions in assets under management. They're willing to sit it out. The losses are enormous. Yes, that is, what they buy is good. They create bullish pressure on the market, but they can sit out significant losses. Overall, I think this is clear. This table will still be updated. In general, this trend should continue. Yes, because they clearly do not have to buy such a small amount of Bitcoins to secure these funds. Let's get back to the charts. My main ideas are from the past, from previous sessions. Yes, it's drawn one here. Yes, a double bottom. As for most coins, ATC shows itself very well. It shows itself in terms of the strength of the buyers. Yes, here we have all the moving averages. The daily ones are also long. The daily ones also follow the trend. As per the indicators, they just went to test the median after such an increase. But the idea was right, yes, to stay in the deal. We went through it here with the students and it was worth waiting out this kind of correction to continue moving up. And the main idea now by the students, which we predicted in previous trading sessions, is Ether, yes, on Ether. Here is a pretty good rising triangle has formed. Yes, or you could qualify it as a double bottom. Two lows clearly in the same place. Yes, that is, the low was 21.71 and here it's 21.68. Yes, in terms of volumes, everything here is also splendid. On the 4-hour chart, we have MACD showing a nice dynamic. Yes, that is, we have everything. The strength of the short trend is suffocating. There is a long force and the histogram is green, which means that the moving averages are and they intersected, yes, talking about a trend change in this large straight. Yes, in general, the figure is legitimate. Here we are. I'll explain to you in detail, yes, that we expect movement at least to a shallower base. Yes, movement upward from the current, yes, or from this strong level, by the way. There's something like a 15-minute, 1,000 moving average, approximately at this level. And of course, this is a shorter term idea, yes, but you can also close here half the profit and this deal turn into a longer term, yes, because we have, remind you, a huge ascending triangle on the Ether. Yes, the same sending pattern made it go up, yes, well, not specifically the pattern, yes, and the players who saw this pattern, that he is working with the confirmation of volumes with all necessary for this characteristics, yes, that's why it is predicted. Good growth is predicted here and locally, so I am here as an additional ascending trend triangle. I was talking about this one. You can draw it somewhere from the lays like this. By the way, it works out beautifully. It is just testing the lower border. The entry point here is a breakout of 22.75, and if you enter this triangle, then the stop here is quite short, that is, and the take profit here will be small, and if it is in a double bottom, then we put a stop here. Here it is 21.95, yes, because here it is also 2 times. I was an injection in the same place, also a matic is not a bad idea. It is already being worked out, but in addition to the fact that the way out is from the descending triangle, yes, the primary one, let's show it closer. And as soon as I traded, I also exited the long range, yes, from the demand zone. And the green one is very clearly visible. Yes, that is, we've bargained so much here, we've all come out. 3 times they have already entered this zone, 4 times, yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, yes, they entered this zone demand. Now they buy out of it very powerfully. And it's interesting that there was a trap, yes, a bear trap for short players because it emerged from this demand zone. Naturally, it was bought out here with a powerful impulse. This is a speculative idea for exit from the demand zone of M. Somewhere in the middle you can set a stop, yes, for 0.7416 quantum, right? Quantum also becomes a spot idea for us. Yes, that is such an investment into a speculative one, as I said in the position, but it threw me off here a bit, and even I slightly trimmed the pose here because I entered here and somewhere on these ideas in the last review I theorized about this, but had to ride out the minus. Here, even I cut the pose because we closed the 4 o'clock candle below the 1000 moving average. But it didn't happen, they bought it off, a cool long formation, yes, with volumes, with power. Yes, you see what volumes are here. Here, no, there's no fall. Yes, that is with such volumes. The price should have been able to show such a movement, yes, but here we observe a large number of buyers or players who are short closing because they didn't let the coin fall. Then the growth here is also more likely. Yes, against the background of market growth. Yes, here too. I got into this deal. An upward triangle right here and here. I'm catching this growth. Ideally, I would certainly want to get out from this range upwards to the medium-term long range, which we've been following for a long time. And I will add an update about the quantum, which I asked from a programmer friend, if to say so, from our school, Fundstate. It turns out that this quantum is traded very heavily by bots. Yes, that is, there's this kind of abnormal movement. Yes, that is, if only people traded this, a basket like this should have been sharply bought up, but unfortunately there's a lot of algorithmic trading here. So there's a powerful barrier of sellers here and a powerful barrier of buyers. That's how the bot trades this type of constant movement. I forgot to mention stops. The stop in the ascending triangle is under the nearest low, somewhere around 2.763, only a minus 4% in principle. With the fifth or sixth shoulder, you can enter here. By the way, this is a primary. The transaction, my primary idea was get out of the small ascending triangle. Additionally, there's such constriction, accumulation, and compression. You see the 4 ascending bars, 1, 2, 3, 4. On the exit from this triangle, you can place a stop here. Well, visible that the level is good, therefore let's see what is it. 289, that is 2890. You can place a stop. Finally, the ZK idea is speculative. It can be done with spot. You see the inclination here is cool. In principle, it is formed. A breakdown of moving averages is also possible. Yes, then there we are sitting here from the bottom with the students, but I made a little mistake, another position here, so I had an entry point somewhere here, and even closed me almost without a loss. I would have closed it, yes, but no, and so in general I took it for a long time. Yes, that I will remind you that there is a huge somewhere from here. Yes, by the way, this is the entry point right now. What's on this? What's that? What's по эфиру, да? Ну вот какой, како? Kind of such an ascending triangle here you can find. Yes, you can do it like this. Yes, on the highs, on the shadows. Yes, with this, he draws a picture of the same kind of ether. Yes, that is, in general, there should be a powerful growth from this triangle, but for now we are consolidating. Yes, in general, the same picture is observed on the air, and in general, of this ascending triangle should be a strong growth. But for the time being, we are consolidating. For example, why we are consolidating in the ether? Because we have come to the upper limit of ours. Pattern, yes. Double bottom, very powerful, very strong, sharp movement there, yes, in 2 and 3%. So there is a reconsolidation before continuing the upward movement. So I will continue these reviews. I hope if you like it, subscribe. Thank you very much for your attention.